10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Magic After Dark. My name is Ryan Edwards. This guy over here is
Blaze Sarah. Welcome everybody to another episode. We are so excited to have you here today.
It's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah. So
we had
I think
last
that was a
week
good one.
off.
We can do another take. I'm gonna just.
Did you like that?
Yeah, I think we just okay, and then we're gonna. No, we're so excited for our guest tonight. Oof.
Yeah, this guy's a good guy. Good guy. I've known him for a long time.
Good guy.
I think that's all we should probably say about him.
A decent guy.
Just a guy.
He's a guy.
He's known by some people, but not by others.
Admired by a few.
Very
the man, the myth, the legend, John.
John.
The man, Mr. The myth, the legend, Stessel. Welcome to the show, John Stessel.
Known by a few, admired by like one.
I said a few. Very little.
Please, he's admired by like maybe one person.
Admired by like he's got a family, right?
I think somebody in his family might like him. Oh my god, I mean it. Your whole intro, I was dying. By the way, I'm glad I got to watch it.
His fiance is fond of him. Fond. That's a better fond.
Fond. We've got one fond person.
His fiance tolerates.
Honestly, I think that's more alley speed.
I love that we went live as you were rolling. I'm so happy that's where it started.
That might be my favorite intro now. Although we did have the one intro where I fell off the chair.
That was amazing. He whooshed and then just kept going.
It did. I just went, and the legs on the chair weren't lined up. Like it's got that 5, like the star pattern on the bottom.
Oh no! So you're gone.
You're doing in between, and it just went. So now I make sure I got one leg back to support.
I gotta watch that episode. That's funny.
Oh, I ate it. I was just like, oh no!
It was amazing. It was my favorite intro. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. Everybody, you were like, "Are you okay?" I was like, I don't know. Just gonna keep laughing.
Keep going.
But John, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, guys. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
We were questioning before whether you were now like in an insane asylum with the background there, like a white padded room.
I mean, honestly, I probably should be in an insane asylum, but no, this is what we call my dining room because my fiance is asleep upstairs, and this is as far away in the house as I can be. My fiance is a speech language pathologist, and I think tomorrow we wake up at like 10 a.m. So we're normally in bed at like way earlier, like 9:30. I'm like getting cozy. So right now this is like past my bedtime, so I'm trying to like be as far away from her in the house.
Okay, today it's past my bedtime as well. Usually, like Tuesday or Wednesday night, we are up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
God,
but Thursday night it's a little bit.
I have desperately tried to form any semblance of a sleep schedule, and it's just no way because this just throws everything off the rails in the middle of the week.
Oh yeah, well usually Thursday too. I'll watch the football game and then go to sleep. But because I'm the only mentalist that watches sports, as we found out,
as we've learned from many episodes of this.
I like this
every episode. It's been pretty bad that way, but Steve Blair is on
week, so. Yeah, guy.
It's cool. Like, will comments pop in? Did I just see somebody comment?
Yes. So that's a comment from.
That's so cool. I love that. I love that people get to comment.
And we got a new feature that we started a few weeks ago where people can go on the Discord and come in live, audio wise, and ask questions as well.
Yes, so awesome. If you would like to call in, if you have any questions for John Stessel throughout the course of this podcast, then you can go right over here's where it's going to pop up. You can join us at 1v1magic.com. If you go to 1v1magic.com, that will bring you to the Discord. Inside, we have a stage. And if you go to the stage where I am, I can pull you up onto the stage, and you can ask John anything that you'd like live in person. So it's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be.
The first question that came in was mousse or wax or gel.
Oh, mousse, wax, or gel? Do you want me to tell you, or do you want to guess?
Yeah. I mean, because I have curly hair as well. Usually, I know that mousse makes it extremely curly, like it'll do the ringlets. So that would be my guess.
It's a good guess. It's false. This is actually wax. My hair is just so curly and it breaks through wax. So like if I put wax in my hair, give it like 2 hours and it turns into this.
Wow.
So like my hair it doesn't matter what I put in it, will break through. Very coarse curls.
Crazy.
Jeez.
You got to put mousse in that one time then and just
Yeah, I'll do a mousse do one day and I'll send you a photo.
Because I did it when I was in high school. I had a huge fro. And the one day I was like, I'll put mousse in it. And it was like yours. It was just ringlets.
You had a fro?
Oh, yeah.
I wish I would have known you was cool. What is this?
I had a huge fro. Huge.
Come on.
I don't know if I have a picture of it. Maybe I'll while you're talking, I'll see if I can find one.
I wish I would have known you when you were cool, back when you had a fro.
I
know the mysterious, the eyebrow Ryan Edwards. I want to know the fro Ryan Edwards. What is it?
Yeah, I really want to start just saying that to guests. I really wish I knew you back when you were cool.
I know.
Oh yeah. By the way, that's my favorite line to say when people would do something uncool. It's always like, wish I would have known you when you were cool and you had an afro. Come on.
I used to have cornrows. Oh yeah.
No way.
Yeah. And then my hair was so long I just braided it all once with like 150 braids or something like that.
All right. I'm doubling down on my sentence from before. I wish I knew Ryan when he was cool. What is this?
Ryan.
You get normal haired Ryan. Come on. I want cornrow afro Ryan.
I can't.
Ryan, your post on Instagram genuinely terrified me when you were like, should I buzz cut and look like Walter White? Like, you know.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about it though. Like, because now my beard, like that photo I posted, even Anya said, "Oh, it was a really bad photo of like me with the shaved head," but she didn't mind it, and now my beard is way thicker and bigger, so she was like, "You should just do it."
Do it.
Now I know that
a month.
It goes back in like a month.
Oh yeah.
It's not a big deal. Now I know that I said you asked us to do a good intro, and we did very much not what you would define as good. I think it was extraordinary.
I thought it was fantastic. That is exactly what I meant by good.
But for people that I'm sure that everybody watching knows who John is and what he does, but for people that don't know anything about John, you are a performer. You are also a social media personality as well as a magic consultant and creator. So you've had an incredible career so far in this sphere. And I'm really curious into first diving into your job as a consultant, but we might want to go a little bit earlier into just how you got into magic in the first place. So curious about that. How did you start in magic, and then how did you transition from being a magician to being a magic consultant?
So to save everyone the boring details, I got a kit for my 8th birthday, fell in love, yada yada, right? Magic. And then when I was around like 14, around when I was around like 13, 14, I really wanted more magic, and I didn't have like an outlet for it. There was no magic shops. My parents didn't really like buying stuff online, so I would just like watch tricks and then try to make up my own way to do them. And then I just got to the point where I was like, oh, I can just make up tricks. Like it like clicked that I could just make up tricks.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was 14, I had this idea of how to like link 2 rubber bands together to like actually make it look like they were linked. And that went on to be a product that got put out by Vanishing Ink and the Blue Crown. And I got to meet like Joshua J. and Alex Pandrea and Tony Chang. And this is all when I'm like 14. And right at that point, I was like, all right, like I could maybe do something with magic. And then I kind of just kept creating and developing stuff. And it's always just been a little like weird part of me. And then as I've grown up, not only was I creating original magic for myself, but I started creating magic for not only the market, but for others.
Yeah. Which is amazing. Yeah.
Nice. So you're 17 now?
I wish I was 17. No, you close 10 years off. I just turned 27 in August.
Nice.
Nice.
Sorry guys, I was trying to find a photo of me with the fro on my phone, but I could not. I know my friend has sent me a couple, but I couldn't find it in our chat. So But
Pixar didn't happen.
I used to have a headband that matched my shoes, whatever shoes, because I had like a collection of like, basketball shoes. Awesome. So I had matching headbands for the color of shoes I was wearing and stuff.
I mean, I used to match my sunglasses to every outfit I had. So I had like every color pair of sunglasses like the Wayfair style, but the cheap dollar store ones. That's my outfits. And to bring this back to magic, in my video, in the trailer for Flush, my first product, I have blue glasses that match my shirt because I'm like,
I don't have that. You sent me some stuff like or gave it to me like a button.
Oh, my button trick, yeah. Button.
I think we actually were able to pull up that photo. I think that we found it. Thank you so much for finding it, Ryan. I really appreciate you sending me the headband. It's interesting. You went with the teal orange, color grade right there.
Oh yeah,
really 100%. Cinematic. He was really early on that style, like the teal orange.
If you saw my shoes in the photo as well, they matched. They were the orange Air Force Ones.
Man,
orange and white.
Great.
What
style?
Oh yeah, I was fresh.
You were hit with the kids, right?
Oh yeah, I was up with the kids.
Hit with the kids. Christopher Chun says that your John Stessel is his superhero. Wow, I can speak words. Superhero. Wow.
Yo, Chris,
is your
fiance know who Christopher Chung is? He's like a sponsored. I point the right. It's that way. This way. Christopher Chung is a sponsored yo-yoist from Duncan. He's like incredible. He's like a world champion yo-yoer. He's like amazing. So Chris, I'm a huge fan. I love you. Like
he was born in a Dunkin' Donuts?
No, like a Dunkin' yo-yo. Like he does. No, I'm giving him giving him his flowers. He is incredible. He does like all the crazy stuff that you're like, I wish I could do that with a yo-yo. He does it.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, I'm a closet yo-yoer. Like, I am.
I used to have a yo-yo when I was in like grade 8. I actually came up with a trick with a yo-yo back in the day, where it would I would have someone select a card, and then I would throw the yo-yo at the deck, and it would cut the deck to their card.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. He had a yo-yo in like grade 8. It became super, super popular. I went and bought like aluminum ball bearings for mine, spent like $60 extra or whatever just on ball bearings and everything. And
no lie, like yo-yos. Like I could break out a yo-yo move if I found my yo-yo. I'm pretty good.
Oh yeah, I could still do some basic like a cat's cradle and stuff like that, and some other stuff. And
I could barely yo-yo. Like I could just get it like a couple.
Oh no, like I could rock like a roller coaster like fresh out the gate, which is like a really difficult move.
Yeah.
Oh, like I'm a dork. Like if it was up to me, I'd spend all tomorrow just yo-yoing. Alone in my room, just crushing it.
I love it. We should have him on and show us some yo-yo stuff sometime.
Oh, dude, you should have Chris on. He's sick.
Yeah, we would definitely love.
Chris will be like at a magic convention when you have the juggler come up and it absolutely destroys every magician there. That'll be Chris. He'll come on and
watch him do the move. He'll do probably his set, but he does this move called DNA, which is basically he tosses a yo-yo up, catches it on his finger, and then it wraps the string in this way that makes a triple helix all in one singular action. It's like cardistry on steroids. It's insane. And he does it so nonchalantly. So he'll do something and the thing people love is this thing called the DNA. And I watch him just hit it. And I'm like, man, I just wish my cardistry felt that cool. Yeah. As I moderately hit it. I'm like, I just want it to feel how he did it. He's great. Anyway, Chris, you're the man. But continue.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah. And a part of our show is that whenever we find out about guests' secret talent, we put them on the spot. So if you happen to have a yo-yo with you, good sir,
I'll be back.
See, it's a good segment. Just putting them on the spot.
Go run around your house right now.
And the thing is, because of within our upcoming segment with the question secret talent, we've already revealed that. But I think in the future, whenever we find out someone's secret talent, we should just immediately go into
just stop. That's one of the questions.
I knew I had a yo-yo nearby.
Look at that.
Are you guys ready? I'm not even ready. Hold on, so I can get in frame here. No one saw me coming on here do some yo-yo moves, but here we go. Let me give it a test throw. It's good.
Yo.
Chris, please comment how good John is.
What?
Oh, look at this guy.
What?
Oh no, I'm legit. I'm legit.
He's actually
Thank you.
legit.
That
Thank
was
you.
pretty
That
legit,
was
John.
sick.
There we go. It's my yo-yo skills.
Pretty sick. Now, I also know that one of your secret talents is freestyling.
Not happening. I'm sober.
Good sir. You must freestyle.
You
It's
must
a segment of the
Absolutely
show.
not. There's no shot.
There's
We
no
had
shot. I
we had
freestyled
Masato
last
freestyle 2
episode.
weeks
I
ago.
freestyled, and so
Yeah.
There's
Masato.
no world under any circumstance I will be freestyling. It's not happening.
I know you can, though.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that you believe in me. I do not.
I know you can, but it's all right.
Chaotic Coins, who's an incredible coin magician. You just said that you just like punched a kid off camera for that yo-yo.
Oh, yo, straight up. Little do you guys know, I just like ran to my neighbor's house. I kicked their door in. I was like,
Oh,
give
yeah.
me your yo-yo.
Give me the yo-yo, kid.
Oh, man. And also, like, how many, like, right now, is there a chat right now outside of what I'm seeing here? Or is it just whenever it pops up?
There's a chat currently, and then we're just pulling up some of the.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Hi, chat. Hey, guys. I'm John. You probably don't care. Hey.
Brett Shin Magic said amazing talent.
Oh, thanks, guys.
So
Yeah.
that's all we appreciate.
Definitely killed it.
So
Definitely
John,
killed
yeah,
it.
he killed it.
I mean, at least once I did it, you were like, okay, I didn't expect him to actually like have a yo-yo move.
It's better than I could do. I think definitely right now, for sure. I don't even have a yo-yo right. Not even close.
Oh yeah. Oh, but also just so I can give flowers and then end the whole thing. Chris sent me this yo-yo. Shout out, Chris. You're amazing. Thank you, Chris.
Chris John.
Yo, he's the man. I'm telling you. And he's like,
Did you just have a yo-yo?
What?
What was that you just had, Ryan? Was that a yo-yo?
Ryan? Come on. Oh no, it's gonna be like a counter. Is it a yo-yo?
What, is that makeup? What is that?
It's a T10 thing.
Oh, a T10.
We come on here for a magic podcast, and all we do is talk about yo-yoing.
It's pretty funny though. I was looking and I was like, oh, that could look like a yo-yo if I just bring it up. Like,
Oh man, you're just like,
that's it.
It's just like, look at my yo-yo. Yeah, great.
look at my yo-yo.
So John, magic-wise, what are you doing? What do you tell us? What's on the horizon for John, the man, the myth, legend, Stessels?
Thank you. I mean, so right now, just been focusing on getting back to where I was pre-pandemic levels. Like right before shutdown, I was booked like 4 months in advance, like every single weekend. So now just picking up bookings, doing more shows. I've been doing a lot more stand-up, which is what I want to be focusing on. And I've been developing a lot of tricks for my own stand-up show. So that's like what's on the horizon. I can't talk too much about any of it, but I would say that's what I'm working on. Also, excuse me. But the other thing I am working on is obviously I love performing magic for musicians and artists, and I have like a lot of contacts in that space, and I'm going to be doing more cool things that I've been starting to tease on my Instagram. So if you guys are watching and haven't been seeing me work with like this really cool, crazy robotic camera, and I've got a lot of cool stuff in the works that I can't talk about, but just want to do more. Honestly, Ryan, I just want to do more shows. I just miss being on a stage in front of people.
It is great. I mean, that's why I was performing tonight, and yeah, it's just so much fun again to actually get live reactions.
It's just such a huge difference from virtual.
Yeah. Although I always say this, when I first started doing virtual shows, I hated it because I was like, oh, this is terrible. Once I got OBS set up and stuff pretty good, it seemed to be it was a lot better. And I'd say after like 5 or 10 virtual shows, I was like, this is not actually bad because I'm not living out of a suitcase anymore, traveling every weekend. And I said, if I could go on vacations places and stay at home and do virtual shows for the rest of my career, I would be okay with that.
I love that. I love
totally
that.
Be fine with it because I could still make an income. I would still get to travel, but just traveling for enjoyment instead of traveling to work.
I love that. I really do. I was really happy with my virtual show. Like I beefed up my production. Like I was running 2 different cameras that we were talking about, like 2 Sonys.
Yeah.
I actually did illusions in my like big scale illusions you do on stage. I was doing in my virtual act, cool, and I love the whole story I put together, the way the whole thing got wrapped up in a nice bow at the end. I really love my virtual show, but I pretty much have always done virtual magic. Like before a pandemic, I've been like this character on social media, doing live streams, doing Reddit streams, always finding ways to perform for people on like FaceTimes and doing this. And it's what I did it was for fun. Yeah. Then once it became like a job for me, I was like very equipped and ready to do it. But like, it just, for me, I just miss the people. I miss like the real reactions that you get live. Not saying that it's not real, but that's just my view of it.
No, 100%. There's definitely a difference. I just thought I could stay home now with my dogs and like, enjoy it. Do things at the house and stuff. And when you're traveling all the time, you don't get to do that stuff. So COVID hasn't been the worst. I mean, it's been terrible, but it's not been the worst thing in terms of actually getting to have time at home.
I mean, I think that's the most unique thing that COVID brought the world was it gave everybody perspective. Like it really helped people be like, what's important? Like it was something you had to answer yourself, right? Like, is it important to spend time with your family? Is it important to spend time with your friends? Do you miss traveling so much to the point where you're like, I need to see more of the world? Or do you hate it so much where you're like, I want to be home? Like, I love this. So I think that's the one thing the pandemic had its bright spot in all the darkness is that like it gave a lot of the people real perspective, including me.
For sure. Well, I mean, if it wasn't for COVID, we wouldn't have Magic After Dark. I don't even know if I'd know Blaze maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, because we only met virtually. We still haven't met in person.
Yeah. We talk
all the time now.
Yeah, I met Blaze through a mutual friend, Mike, but I met Mike virtually as well because a company that he knows hired me to do a virtual show for them. And so Mike met me and was into magic and stuff, and then said, "You got to meet my friend Blaze. He's gonna
also."
Come on
I haven't met Mike in person, and we started the Discord together. And
you haven't met Mike in person either.
Like, there's so many people that I only know virtually at this point.
You gotta love the internet. It's a cool place.
I only met John in person yesterday.
Yeah,
we'd only known each other online. So
when that's it. Like when I started already handcrafted, it was like I literally just knew everybody from Instagram, and that's it. And then I went to Magic Live, and then I met so many people and everything else. But like one of the guys I met, I stayed at his house. Never met the guy in person. I had talked to him and like his wife online because they ordered a bunch of stuff for me, and I'm like, I'm coming to California. They're like, come stay at our house, and so I just did, and now their daughter calls me Uncle Ryan and stuff.
I love that.
It's crazy, yeah.
So sweet.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's like all from social media. So
crazy.
There's lots of bad stuff in it, but there's some great stories that come out of it as well.
Now, John, you were on the social media magic train during the point in time pre-COVID, in the before times, when magicians would shit on every social media magician, a lot of them, and would act like magic isn't meant to be done virtually at all. So what was that like at that time? Did you get backlash for doing or trying to do magic virtually when people didn't think that was how it was supposed to be done?
And I think probably the biggest problem was that that I've tried very hard to get around, and I figured out the clever way to get around it, which was so many people hated this idea of like, that's not what a magic trick would look like to the person, so you're cheating, right? And like, it's like, and the common one that everyone sees is someone does a snap change and the person's behind and they're like, and like, you're obviously, right? Like you're lying.
So wait, hang on.
Wait, where'd the second card come from?
Oh, you guys.
Did you just make that appear?
Can you do that again?
You guys. But
do that again.
Anyway, to answer your question.
How does this magic?
Yeah.
To answer your question though. So early on, I had this idea. I was like, what if I like give somebody my cell phone in selfie mode and tell them the trick's going to happen in the screen? So watch the screen when I'm recording. So that was my like workaround to like getting really crisp social media content that I still got crap for. Like people were like, there's no way this would have worked. That person's acting. And like, it's like, no, I figured out a really clever way to make people like watch the frame. Really, Ryan? Really? Come on.
Ryan, I'm just watching Ryan. He's doing
Oh man!
Are you like tying an invisible thread?
But the best part of it is their Magic Square cards. So it's like if you know, you're like, oh, he really is a mentalist.
Just regular
reach.
Yeah, it's not just like it's just not like some nice random deck cards. It's like a Magic Square specific deck of cards for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No, that's true. That's actually a really good idea. Yeah, that you would just tell them watch the screen.
But no, like
where the magic's gonna happen.
And it goes. I literally would. I'd record. I'd start in selfie mode. I would record, and I'd be like, "You're gonna watch right here, and that's where the trick's gonna happen." And they're like, "Okay," and I'm like, "Yeah, watch closely." And then I would do color change, whatever I would do, but I'd get it close enough where they'd be like, "Wait, what?" And then they'd look back, and what they perceived then happened. And I'd get great reactions. But even that, still got a ton of crap. People were like, you're cheating.
Yeah.
The good old internet. And now it's what it became, right? It's pretty interesting.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is like we see it all the time, especially when COVID hit and everybody was doing virtual shows. There was guys I know that were posting like, I will never do a virtual show. And stuff. This is abomination of magic. This is not how magic's supposed to be performed and stuff. And then
2 weeks later,
now those same people are buying Magic Mask or whatever from Theory. Like, this isn't cheating.
It was funny because some guys held out. One guy I know held out for like maybe like 8 months, and I was like, and then all of a sudden he's like, I'm doing a virtual show this week. And I'm like, oh, you dried up of funds. I was like, that's it. Money ran out. You're doing a virtual show.
And it's like either money ran out or I'll give him the benefit, right? Like, let's say maybe it didn't because I don't know this imaginary guy. But his clients came to him and was like, hey, we love your magic. You have a virtual show, right? Because like that's what everyone does now. And he's like, yeah, I do.
Yeah. Well, and that's it. Like for me, I always said to people, like, you need to do virtual shows because, if you're not constantly like being seen by people, then they'll forget about you, right? Especially talking to you with like social media, like how often are you posting stuff just so that you're constantly being seen, right? Whether it's stories or reels or posts. It's crazy. So if you're not doing the same with clients and stuff and posting or, doing shows constantly, like if you don't have a virtual show and then they go, okay, we'll go and get the next guy. Right. And then when COVID's over, they're going to forget who you were, because the new guy can do a virtual show as well.
Yeah.
So
it's the truth. You really, you hit the nail on the head with that one, Ryan.
I try. I'm pretty good at building things. So
pretty good at building things. Yeah.
We're making a house here tonight.
Nice.
We're hitting the nail on the head every second.
Carpenter, proper lumberjack.
But should we let the audience know a little bit more about John?
I think that's exactly that time. You know what time it is, John?
What time is it?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. It's time for 20 questions. It's time for 20 questions. Yeah, it's time for 20 questions. It's time for 20 questions. Yeah, put 2 minutes on the clock. 2 minutes on the clock. Put 2 minutes on the clock. 2 minutes on the clock. Here we go.
All right.
I loved every second of that. That was great.
We're good. We got
theme songs, everything, John.
This is legit, guys. You guys do a great job on this.
This is the most.
You should both be very proud of this. This is so much fun.
Thank you, good sir.
Took a lot of work.
I can only imagine.
Right. It's going to be amazing. Put 2 minutes on the clock. Okay, so we have 2 minutes on the clock. Good sir, the way this works, you have 2 minutes to answer as many questions as you possibly can. We'll see where you stack on the leaderboards among the quick-witted magicians of Magic After Dark history.
I will lose.
Are you ready for your place in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Well, only good answers, John. Otherwise, we don't accept.
Okay. Oh, God.
Also, you can't answer you as an answer for any of these questions.
You is not an answer.
All right. I'm prepared to let some questions go then.
All right. Rapid fire. Here we go.
And 3, 2, 1, go.
Dream vacation destination.
Italy.
Biggest pet peeve.
Hoop earrings.
Biggest mistake during a performance.
Forgetting to do a pocket check.
What always makes you laugh?
Like any TikTok that Allie finds.
Secret talent.
Yo-yoing. You guys have seen it.
We need that one.
First time you ever saw a magic trick?
I was 8 years old and I saw my uncle do a quarter vanish.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
It would probably be to teleport because why not?
Dream performance venue.
Oh, I want to sell at the Garden. No question.
Your most cherished memory.
Most cherished memory is probably my non-memory of proposing to my fiance.
Favorite food.
Favorite food. Oh God. It's impossible. Ice cream.
A favorite movie.
Favorite movie. It's impossible as well. I'm just gonna go. Oh no! See, I'm stinking. All right, Prestige. Just to keep going.
What's the worst job you ever had?
Worst job I've had. Oh, I've liked every job I've had. So, I worked at JP Morgan Chase and it was hell. I take it back.
Favorite magician.
What was that?
Favorite magician.
Me.
If you won the lottery, what's the first thing you'd buy?
First thing I would buy. Oh, I'd probably buy my parents a house.
What's your most highly recommended magic product or book?
Double Cross. Stop doing it. No one do it.
If you could remake any movie and star in it, what would it be?
I don't think I could have to remake it. I'd want to do Gambit. I want them to make Gambit and let me be Gambit, or at least young Gambit. You can find an older Gambit.
Would you rather look like a potato or feel like a potato?
I am a potato, both.
If you had one wish, what would you wish for?
I would wish for happiness for myself and my loved ones and all of you.
Favorite toy growing up?
Magic trick cards.
All right. And final question. Favorite sports team?
Oh, the New Jersey Devils.
Oh, look at that. He has one. Or he just knew that he lives in New Jersey.
Actually
so
had an
the only one he knew.
Actually, does know where he's from.
Believe it or not, when I was younger, I was a pretty decent hockey player. Like I played travel. I won a tournament, played in Canada. I won some national titles. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. I used to be athletic like a smidge. Not really, but I can
UFC on ice.
What was that?
UFC on ice.
That's
hockey.
I'm down.
Have you ever gotten into any fights outside of the ice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, John was a nightclub brawler.
I got in a lot of fights in hockey, and I got in a lot of fights out of hockey when I was a kid. Believe it or not. Before the nice life lessons, John, I was a little
before life lessons with John.
Yes.
Before life lessons with John, the magician.
The magician.
John, the magician.
Also, did you guys I knew when you were like, you can't say me for any of them. I was like, no, you're gonna ask me a question that the answer is gonna be me. Are you already?
Yeah. No, that was all right.
Oh no, the thing is, we've had quite a few guests when we say, "Oh, who's your favorite magician?" They just go, "You guys," and then try to skimp out on it. We're like, "No, give us a real answer."
Yeah, all the time. It's you.
And I know it's so I would say now that we're past the point, which I probably don't make the Hall of Fame because I wasn't fast enough, but I would say my favorite overall magician of all time is probably Doug Henning. Just I really believe that Doug. If you really had magic powers, if you really were a magician, you would be as carefree as Doug Henning. You would just be this whimsical existence of a human because you have magic powers.
Yeah.
I thought you were just gonna say because of his hair.
Yes.
Yeah. And his hair. But so I love Doug Henning, love Copperfield. There's so many great magicians, but anytime I watch Henning, I'm I feel if you had powers, you would turn into him. That's what would happen.
Yeah.
I think I would want a cooler shirt. I don't know. That's me.
Oh man,
man.
really?
Yeah,
Really? A cooler shirt? Come on, with the braids? You're saying
For the time, he was crushing it. He was the hippie magician. You know?
for the time. Yeah, I guess I just never been like that hippie. Like,
oh yeah, man.
always just so serious.
There's something about him. He's so whimsical. He's just great.
He is very whimsical.
Just take enough LSD that you believe you have real powers, and then you actually get powers.
So
and that's Doug Henning.
A guy I know, he's passed away now, but he knew Doug pretty well, and like Doug asked him to be an investor because Doug was trying to create Utopia. He had like these whole plans and
was that the Transcendental Meditation like amusement park?
It probably. I remember him saying, my buddy had to go to this meeting with Doug Henning, and he had all these people in the room, all these investors, and he came to my buddy's house and was like showing him all the plans and stuff, and was like, I really believe in this. And my buddy, he owned the Houdini Museum, my friend, and he's just like, no. Like, no.
Yeah, I can separate my art from my artists, and Doug, that dude, man, he made some great magic. He made some great magic.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good way to be. Separate your art from your artists. Yeah. We can appreciate Michael Jackson songs and then not talk about the rest.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
It's like, what am I co-signing on right now?
I'm gonna just smile and just not acknowledge.
We should get to listen to the lyrics more.
But anyway, whenever I get, by the way, I'll bring it back to that question. Yeah, whenever I get asked that question, I'm just like, oh, it's me. Because like I need to be someone's favorite magician, and like it should be me.
Yeah.
Like that's how I feel like.
You said you have one adoring fan, so I mean that's
it's myself.
It's yourself. Okay. Good.
Oh, I look in the mirror every day and I'm like, yo, dude, I like you, man. You're good. Like you got this, homie.
You are going to kill it today.
Yeah. Look myself right in the eyes, and I'm like, yo, dude, like you're the best. Like, no question, you got this.
That's great self-talk. Yeah. We also have a comment from who may or may not be Anna de Guzman's dad. Dude, you make a good candidate. You should be him for Halloween. Thank you, John Guzman.
Could or could not be.
Could not be.
The world may never know.
No idea.
I also love that like we all have attributed names from last names. So like if somebody commented that was like Stephen White, we'd be like, all right, so Dan's cousin. Like it wouldn't matter who they are. If they're attributed, it's how it happens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now you said we kind of breezed by non-memory of your proposal. Was there some substance or something to blame for?
I was going to say.
So so believe it or not, so when I proposed, I did a magic trick like every good magician, filmed it. And if you watch the video, you'll like notice a point where like I almost look like my eyes glaze over. Like I blacked out completely. Really? Oh yeah, like I completely on one knee. Completely, I do not. If that video didn't exist, I would. Wow. And my friends filmed it too from afar, so like I've seen the whole thing. If it wasn't filmed, I would not. I completely just like lost my mind.
Wow,
it was cool. It was a good experience.
Wow, wow, that's exciting. That's
awesome. Yeah. It was like I guess it was just like such an overwhelming moment for me that it was like I just completely blacked out at one point.
Yeah.
So what was the trick that you did, John?
Oh gosh, I mean, I wish I would have known. I would have had you guys pull it up in your cool little thing that we have. It was actually a viral video on Reddit, but I did Bill Breaker, but I did it with a piece of paper, and I asked my fiance to think of something she wants for Christmas, and it's a Christmas magic trick. And then I squeezed the paper, and then it slowly changed into, instead of Christmas magic trick, it changed into Will You Marry Me? And then I got down on one knee and took the ring out. Oh yeah, but like it was super cool. It was super nerve-wracking.
Nice.
Very stressful.
I've got the video pulled up here. So
look at this.
Yeah, this is it.
Let's do this.
Hey, Allie, I have a Christmas magic trick for you, okay?
Okay.
I want you to think of something you've always wanted for Christmas. Okay, you got it?
Yeah.
Watch, it's going to transform into what you're thinking of. If I just rub it, it should say, will you...
And right now, I'm gone.
What?
right here now. I'm like, there's no the lights on. No one's home.
No one's home.
Are you serious? John.
Alexandra.
Yeah, like I mean,
Yay, she said yes.
Nice.
She actually said yes. Isn't that crazy? What?
Look how young you look there, John.
it's baby steps, baby steps.
That was a really good video. Yeah. And I see what you're talking about before of having them just watch the phone and
that's a great example. Yeah, so
Yeah.
really having them be here, but it's like watching the screen and I'll frame this so you can see it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did it in that video. There we go. Everything goes full circle.
Yeah, but then you're trusting them to be your cameraman. Did you reprimand her for getting you out of frame at the end because of?
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I didn't have to reprimand her. I need to yell at the dude. I found this really secluded spot of like not Penn Station, Grand Central. This like beautiful secluded spot, and some lone dude in the middle of my proposal video that's perfect decides to walk by with his ugly ass backpack. I'm like, dude, you couldn't have just waited like 30 seconds.
Yeah. Not happening.
Important moment. Yeah, but that is New York for you.
That is New York.
Nobody cares.
I like John Guzman said, ha ha ha, not her dad, but I do know about her.
John, thank you so much for being an active watcher. We really appreciate you being here. However, you could have said that comment differently.
Sounded very odd.
There could have been different word choices.
You know, for John, if you haven't done it, well, obviously you haven't done it. You're getting married next month. I guess this month, in like an hour. So I did this when I went to do my speech at the wedding. I go, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming to the biggest show I've ever done. This has been a long time in the making, and I'm actually not sure if it's actually going to work. And he said, some of you paid more to come tonight than what you would have just seen me in the theater. But this is a night that you will never forget. I said, 3 years in the making, build it all up. And I grab the wine glass, and I grab a fork, and I go, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully this works. And Anya goes, where am I? Like, what? Why do I have a wedding dress on? And I go, ladies and gentlemen, hypnosis works. It's amazing.
So good.
Oh my God.
So good.
So good.
Yeah. It was like everybody's expecting some big trick. So I was like, yeah. Just make you think I've married you or that we're getting married.
I admire the fact that you did that. Like I've made the decision where like I don't think I'm going to do a single trick at my wedding. I'm going to try not to.
Yeah, we had a really big one planned that we thought this will be like something that goes viral for sure. But then because of COVID, we couldn't film it there, and so we're going to do a big party next year for the 1 year anniversary, and I think we'll do it there.
Sick! I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. So, but I had to have some fun because people were always like, "Oh, how did you get a wife? Did you like hypnotize her and stuff?"
And you're like, "Yes,
yeah, 100%." Look, here we go.
That's awesome. That's all the practice. This is what it's been leading up to.
That's it. So
all of those shows were just rehearsal for this one.
That's it. It's 3 years of just rehearsals every day.
Yes, John. We were talking yesterday about how you have just absolutely hustled to be able to make this magic dream a reality. Now, I don't know exactly where in your magic journey the whole nightclub angle came about. So I'm curious, like, how you got that idea, what you were doing before that to try and do magic gigs, and then, how you got on that track.
That's a great question. So right at that time, I'm like, so for anyone that doesn't know about like my magic and the people I've performed for, I've done magic for like a lot of people in hip hop in nightclubs. So I've done magic for like 50 Cent, Travis Scott, Future, Lil Pump, Machine Gun Kelly. The list goes on and on. You could just keep filling in the hip hop names. And the way that this whole thing worked is I was working Actually, this is right when I was working at the show or working with Theory 11 on their show, The Magician. But I really wanted to start performing more. And I got this idea of like, what would it be like if I were to do magic in a nightclub, to try to do magic for celebrities, which I had heard that that's actually how like David Blaine had got his start. David had done magic for bouncers and then got himself into nightclubs and then performed for like Leonardo DiCaprio and then like started this crazy career. And I just heard do magic in nightclubs and maybe you'll like be like 1% of what David Blaine is. So I was like, all right, follow this concept for a day, right? And I was like, so how do I like get into like nightclubs and do magic for people there? And I was like, I have no idea. And I was like, but I have Instagram and I have one video of me doing magic for Fetty Wap. So I have got like 10,000 followers at the time. And I took that video of me doing magic for Fetty Wap and I DM'd it to like no less than like 500 people in New York City nightlife. Like, I think it was something like 400. I probably sent like 480 DMs to random people that I've never met before that aren't following me. And my pitch was just like, hey, I'm a magician that performs for rappers. Here's the video with me with Fetty Wap. Like that was the thing that's underneath it. It's like, I think I could do some incredible stuff in a nightclub where we perform for the celebrity guests that are coming, which will be like great for social media content and like really help promote your club. Give me 5 minutes of your time. And at the very least, your whole staff will get a free magic show. And at the very best, maybe we'll figure out some form of collaboration. Maybe we'll be able to do a run of show. And I sent like literally like hundreds of these messages. And then one dude finally was like, wait, but like I really will get a free magic show. I was like, time and place, I'll be there. I was like, time and place, just tell me. Because anybody I wanted to, if somebody would even take the time, I was like, I'm going to just go do it, right? Just to try to make something happen. Sure enough, I take that meeting with this guy, Nathan, who I'm still great friends with and still do some business with to this day. But so I take this meeting with Nathan and I show magic. I'm like, and I'm going hard. I brought like, when you're like, when you got like some magic on you and you're like ready, you're like, oh, like I want like anyone to come up to me because I got like all the magic on me in the world. That's how I went to this meeting. I was just ready to go all day. Had like 4 hours of close up on me. I'm performing. Everyone's having a great time. And at the end of it, Nathan's like, all right, so I want you to do it. And I'm like, here's my price. And he's like, yeah, like I couldn't pay you a fifth of that. And I was like, oh, all right. He's like, well, what if I book you for 6 months? And I was like, math, steady income, steady work, math. And I was like, you got a deal. Shook on it. I wanted to make something happen. And he goes, cool. Well, the thing I didn't tell you is next week I'm opening my like a brand new nightclub and you're going to be co-hosting it with 50 Cent. Congrats. And I'm like, what? And then there's like flyers with like me next to 50 Cent. And I'm like, what? And then like I met 50 and it was just crazy. But long story short, for anyone that's still watching this at this crazy late hour, the way that I like performed for all these cool celebrities, it really all started by me sending like 500 messages and getting a bunch of no's, a bunch of rejection, and a bunch of weird looks. Like, who the hell is this dude in my DMs DMing? Yeah. So like that's really how this whole social media magician who does magic for rappers thing really came to be.
Crazy.
Wow. But I think that's a real mic drop gold nugget moment of like, if you want to make something happen, if nobody's giving you an opportunity, then make that opportunity. Like, just hustle, reach out to as many people as possible. All it takes is one yes.
Yeah, it really just takes one yes. And the advice I'll give to anyone that's watching this right now is pick your direction. Like, a lot of people that are watching this, you're gonna miss the mark. You're gonna be like, I want to do magic for celebrities too. That's not what's gonna make you happy. That's not gonna be the exciting thing. Figure out what type of magic you like doing and where you want to do it. And then trust me, you'll perform for the coolest people in the world. It will happen. But figure out the magic you're good at and then find a place to do it. That's my real advice from all of this.
Nightclubs.
He's currently on dictionary.com definition of what a nightclub is.
Instagram, I'm searching nightclub.
Is this like when the Boy Scouts meet in the evening? Is that a club?
It's called the Elks Club, right? Oh no, a gentleman's club.
Gentleman's club. Oh,
seems like it's open.
that's where the guys
really
with benders go, right?
That's where all the guys in the suits are, right? all the bankers. They
So
talk about taxes.
I want to talk to the accountants. That's it.
Gosh. So maybe if you're in the comments, maybe magic at banks is your angle.
Magic at banks.
It was magic for hip hop artists, but that was it was great that you found where you wanted to, the direction you wanted to go and what you wanted to be doing, and then just made that happen.
I'm gonna start going for the country clubs, like country music bars, right across the street from John's nightclubs.
I would love that. Like, you know what I would do? I'd be like, yo, you guys think my stuff's good? Go next door and ask for Ryan.
So the only difference is that you wouldn't be competing, because all of the clientele at John's establishment would be all their parents. It would just be all their parents.
I'm cool with that. You know why? Because the parents have more money than the kids.
They have the money. I saw it coming a mile away. Like, no lies.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Brian's like, can I just do a virtual show and then have like a projection of me at the club?
Yeah.
They're old, so they won't be able to really tell the difference.
He's got a big screen there, right?
All Ryan does is just like finger interactive tricks. He's not there, but he only does the finger ones. Yeah. So the whole night, everyone's like,
and behind you, you've got a green screen, just a big old bingo board. playing bingo and listen to Johnny Cash. It'll be
G35. G35.
I love those cards. They're so funny.
Oh yeah. I
don't space card.
I don't use them the way they're supposed to. I just memorized all of them.
Are they just numbers?
Yeah. But I have everything memorized.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. A little secret behind.
They count like Ryan before.
It's
amazing. Just next level counting. Olympic counting.
That's it. Olympic. Like guys, watch. 1, 2. I got up to 11 last week, so let me try. 3.
I got up to It's like my one joke. I always make fun of like my friends. Like, oh, you'd be great to do you, Blaze, because Blaze, you look like you work out, right?
I work out. Yeah.
Yeah, like I did a crunch once back in like the 8th grade, never again. Like a singular crunch. One
singular crunch. You're like, I think I popped something.
It's just like, that's more than I'll ever need to do.
Actually, it was funny because I still remember it was you, me, and Dan were at Magic Live, and we're hanging out at the Crocodile Bar there.
Classic.
And Dan's sitting beside me, and I just have like a t-shirt on. And Dan looks and he's, bro, your arms are really big. Like, you must work out. And then I'm like, yeah. And he's like, that was really stupid. I'm going to shut up now. And he just like, and that's it. That's like,
you're like, are these, am I watching your thoughts right now?
Yeah, he was awesome. Like, that was really weird. I'm just going to shut up. That's like, thanks, Dan.
It's great.
It was hilarious. So good. But hey, you guys met up yesterday in New York. Did you go for any food while you were there together? Like
we went to a bar. We went to like Lucy's, which is just like a place that Magic Ballet always goes because it's right by Tampa.
Yeah. And ironically, it was so funny when the waiter came because the server came over and he sees that we have cards in our hands and he goes, "Oh, do you guys do Magic?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Do you guys know Magic?" And then we're like, yeah, we know him. And then a couple minutes later, Magic Ballet walks in.
Oh yeah, it's whenever I'm in New York, he's like, "Hey," I go, "Hey, Magic, what are you up to tonight?" Up, going to the bar. Like as soon as the work's done, he's there.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah.
Like technically speaking, he's just like he's got more chops than anyone could ever handle.
We should bring him on Magic After Dark one night because it would be a complete 4 hours of demos.
And it would be good.
Yeah.
I think the only preface you should do is you should tell him he's not allowed to reveal any tricks he does, because if you did that, everyone would watch completely confused. They'd be like, They would feel like they
yeah.
went to a full magic show. They'd have no idea how any of it worked.
Yeah, I'll give him a call tomorrow. We'll see if we can get him on soon.
Well, yeah, yesterday I was like, because you left and Anna left, and then I went upstairs and Magic was still there at the bar, and so then I hung out with him a little bit longer before my train, and then I was like, "Hey, you have like anything you could do in like 15 seconds for this Instagram thing?" And then he just immediately pulls his eyeball out and makes his eyeball appear in his mouth, and then waves and it's back, and I was just like, "Huh?" And that was just the one like. It was just, oh, okay. You're just stacked and ready to pull your eyeball out.
Everything, like 9,000.
Go. Magic is me going into that meeting at all times.
Every day.
I was ready. I could have done a full 4 hours of walk around, not repeat a trick a single time. That's Magic any time of the day. Like right now, you could call him. He could wake up and be ready to go.
Ready to go.
Yeah, he's still got just red and everything all ready.
Oh yeah, he's ready. He's locked and loaded.
I wanted to see if you guys maybe went to like a pawn shop while Blaze.
Ryan. No, I would never do that to any human ever again.
No.
I didn't do that to us.
We've got Astoria brewing.
Blaze. So actually it's funny because Blaze would have heard this, but Blaze came on the week after, because when I originally started Magic After Dark on Instagram, John came on, and then the week after Blaze came on, and then he ended up becoming my co-host and stuff maybe a month later or so, something like that, or a few weeks later. But we already had John on the show, but John,
the OG version of the show,
the OG version, the Instagram Live. So should we tell them about the most epic lunch I've ever had in my entire life?
I mean, I don't know. This is on you. I'm down if we want to tell the story, or do we leave some things as mystery?
Yeah, you can't leave me hanging like this.
No, that's the only reson why I would say keep it hanging is because this. Yeah. I love the idea of leaving Blaze in the dark on something.
It is pretty good too. Yeah.
Because then he gets all cheeky like right now. He's like, "You guys can't do that to me."
He does get a little ticked. Eh?
Yeah, don't make me play the next song.
He's blushing. He is blushing. Like,
guys,
what's the next song?
Oh, maybe he's summoned it. Are we gonna leave that hanging and just go straight into the next?
We'll leave it hanging.
I think we could leave it hanging. I think it may come up in the answer.
Yeah.
Well, John, this we're not in control of this really. This happens whether we like it or not. But we have to ask you an important question, so we might as well just let it happen. So take a deep breath.
Lasagna. What's your favorite genre of lasagna?
Meat.
Lasagna.
Veggie.
Lasagna.
Plain.
Lasagna.
Saucy.
Lasagna. What's your favorite genre of lasagna?
Okay, I need to know.
Makes you up more like that.
Did you record that? Like, where did you get that sound bite? Is that Blaze singing?
That's Ryan singing. That's a real thing.
You got every step of the way. You guys make me happier and happier. Like, that is just gold. That is so good.
We're on to the most important question of the night. Good sir. What's your favorite genre of lasagna?
I'd probably go with saucy lasagna.
Saucy.
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 Yeah,
I love the peaking on that, where it sounded like you were eating your mic when you went, saucy.
Oh, yeah.
Saucy. But are we genuinely asking about lasagna, or is there like something deeper to this?
No.
Nothing deeper. No.
Lasagna genre.
No, we just asked all the biggest magicians in the industry the same question every single time.
Yeah, saucy lasagna, no question. You need a little extra sauce because, like, if not, it's not enough flavor for me. Needs a little extra sauce. Plus, I'm a bread kind of girl, so like I want to dip my bread in afterwards, eat that up. Saucy.
I like that.
Now, our follow-up question is: if you were to bake one saucy lasagna.
And then
Brian, you can take it away. Yes.
Saucy lasagna. And then put second saucy lasagna atop the first saucy lasagna.
Oh, that is one lasagna. That is one lasagna. That is a singular lasagna. No question.
Oh, singular
That is a
lasagna.
singular. The second lasagna collides with lasagna. This is no two lasagna. This is one lasagna. This is a lasagna.
100%.
There's no question. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
However, if the second lasagna is a different genre than the first, what happened then?
Oh, it's one lasagna.
It's one. It's still
Oh,
one.
it's one. Oh,
one.
We are actually going to have a T-shirt coming out.
it's one deck of cards.
We do. Yeah, we do have a team coming out.
So you'll be able to get it for Magic Live.
Oh my god, I love it! I love it so much. I mean, but the second you guys brought up the two, I was like, oh, it's one lasagna. Like,
you didn't get to the end. Like most people wait till the end of the question. He's like,
I was so happy John knew the end of the question. You're my new favorite guest.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? No, like there's no question. If you have two lasagnas and if they line up, that's one lasagna now. You have made a singular lasagna.
I love Says Blair says only asking the hard hitting questions here on Magic After Dark. And then he said, I like earlier, he said Ryan does magic at weddings, Masato does magic at funerals. Same thing, really.
Yeah, that's true. Masato was telling us how he had his last magic performance had been at a funeral.
That's wild.
Yeah. He said,
oh, dude, he's so good. I met him in Philly and he linked a ring through a lifesaver mint that I was holding.
It was you were holding the mint?
Yeah, literally. Like, I was just like this, and he's just like, but I was like, whoa. It was the craziest.
I don't even understand the physics of that. Like how you would
the physics of it is he's a sorcerer. It's not magic. It's just that's sorcery.
Yeah, that is.
He is absolutely nuts with those things.
Yeah. Like really, really put like you could just see the 10,000 hours there. Like those rings are an extension of that man's hands. He just like every motion is so fluid. It's insane.
Oh, 100%. 100%. He can drop some rhymes as well. We found out.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad that I'm not. So we're good.
Oh, I was trying to get
the music's about to start.
Oh, no chance. I'll vibe out, but I'm by no means gonna rap on this track. You guys made the mistake. I mean, and actually, I'm going to blame Ryan on this one. Ryan should have been like, John, before every episode, we all take 5 shots together before we start. And then I would have been like, okay, and I would have like poured them with you guys.
We gotta have you back.
And then you guys did iced tea, but it was me doing whiskey, and I'm just
cranberry juice
for it. And then like you guys are like, and now it's time to freestyle, and I'm like, yo, drop a beat.
Yeah, drop a beat. We'll do magic after drinks, and then that'll be the.
Yes, we'll do magic after drinks after dark.
We had one of those episodes. Who was it? It was with Ika. Yeah, Ika was like, she just had like a goblet of wine. She was like, I'm just drinking wine this whole episode.
Is such a sweetheart. She's the best.
Oh yeah. I went to Spidey's house. I stayed with Spidey for a few days, and she came by and brings like 10 decks of cards. And then she was like, oh no, these are for you. I'm like, we've never met. Like, and she was like, no, take them. I was like, no, you sell these, sell them on your store, make money. I'll take 2. How's that? And she left and just left all the cards. And Spidey's like, those are for you.
She's like, so nice,
man.
Really sweet.
So, yeah. She's definitely a sweetheart.
So now, what happened with the greatest lunch of your life, Ryan?
I ate it.
All right, moving on.
Never tell him.
John, how did you contribute to the greatest lunch of Ryan's life?
So actually, Blaze, Blaze, yesterday when we were together, you said something that was really interesting about your show that you used to do in LA. I'm going to do anything to change this up.
Well, I was going to say, here's how John correlated with it.
I was like, how does this tie back?
I ate it, and John paid for it.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Magic After Dark.
Love it.
I'll give him one other detail, maybe. that it was highly recommended by by JB. Highly recommended.
Oh.
That means
Did you
nothing
start
to
telling
Blaze.
me
That
the
means
story
nothing to
yesterday?
Blaze. What was that?
Did you start telling me this story yesterday?
No, I did not.
It was
Thank
something
God.
that had to do with JB. That was one of the stories. But
No, you said that you were having breakfast with Steve Cohen, and I asked if JB
you
helped
asked
set
if
that up.
JB had anything to do with
Yeah.
that. I gotcha.
Yeah, because I know that JB and Steve Cohen were buddies.
Oh, gotcha.
I think. I could be wrong. I could be making this up.
What if they're just mortal enemies?
Yeah.
Honestly, I would
John
love that I say people are buddies and then they end up being like mortal enemies, and that's the story.
Theory did release a deck of cards for him, so they probably hate each other now, though.
Sworn to combat.
Yeah.
Combat.
There's going to be medieval times in the center of New York.
I need to spend more time in New York. That was such a blast. That was a
It
great
was
trip.
so much fun.
I do love New York. Although, like, I know when I talked to Blaze last night, he's like, I honestly think I could move to New York. And I love visiting New York because I like having a car and being able to drive places and be independent and stuff. And in New York, you can't do that. Like, it's so crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with New York, but I'm glad I don't live in New York. Like, living close enough where like I can hop on a train and go, or drive there and like do my work there. But like for what I pay to rent where I am versus what I would get in New York, like I have a castle comparably.
Yeah.
And like I like to be able to like walk outside and like go in my car and like not be eating smog.
Yeah.
But
True.
but like New York there is this like crazy beautiful lore of the city that like it has an energy unlike any other place. It really does.
So excited. Yeah.
Love New York.
Yeah. And I was describing yesterday that it's everything that I wish Hollywood was, in that like Hollywood, it's like if you live actually there, like on the boulevard where I was living, it's like you can walk that boulevard a couple times, like if you spent a week there, and then you've seen everything that there is that's within walking distance. Whereas like in New York, you could live there for 10 years and not see everything that's within walking distance.
You are right.
Here's the thing about LA and New York. I remember, like, when you go to New York, you have an image of what New York is like. And you get there and you're like, yes, this is New York. This is what I imagine in my head. At least me, like traveling from Canada to New York. The first time I went to California, I'm like, oh, California, it's going to be beautiful beaches, everything. And that. When I got to Hollywood, and I'm like, this is really scuzzy. I was like,
you're like, this is just a dirty sidewalk with designs.
Yeah, I was like, well, this is Hollywood Boulevard where all these celebrities come, and I was like, this is really dirty and stuff. Like, it was not what I pictured at all. I was like,
LA makes no sense. Like it's a pain in the ass to get anywhere. Like, and it's like oh God, that highway is the worst.
Oh yeah, like the 405.
405,
Yeah.
it's the worst. It's just like it's just so stupid. Yeah, I just don't get it.
I love LA, but the traffic is
that.
infuriating.
I mean, the only nice thing about LA, I mean, it's beautiful, but it's because the weather is like gorgeous every day. Yeah. But I mean, for that, I would rather live in Vegas. Because again, Vegas, like, you can get everywhere quickly and stuff. Like, traffic is not nuts.
Yeah, and for us, Vegas is like the hub. Right, it's like where there's like a ton of work that we can be doing that we can all feel fulfilled by. So
yeah,
Vegas does have a good place.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's starting to hit you, so I got to hit you with the questions.
Sorry.
So so you started working at a certain point in your career for Theory 11 and doing magic consulting. So was that your first experience doing magic consulting, or had you done it previously and then that was just like the upper echelon of consulting?
So the way it kind of worked out was I was actually on a show called Wizard Wars, so with Penn and Teller on the Sci-Fi Channel. And ironically, Dan White was my consultant on that show. So he consulted for me and Mark Calabrese when we were on the show. And then I re-met Dan at CardistryCon in Brooklyn, and he told me that he was like working on the show and he needed he just needed like a runner. Like, I just need someone to like help while Blake is out of town. And I was like, yeah, like I'll come and help. And then I pretty much just like, I made myself like indispensable. I like anything that I could do, I like did like 200%. Like if it took 3 people to set up a room, I would get there like 6 hours early and set the room up on my own so that everyone would come and be like, why is everything done? Like that's like literally what I did there. And then as I kept working on the show and the show kept growing, that's when the consultancy role kind of started happening, because like Dan was getting all these appearances and we'd need to be helping come up with the routines that he'd be doing. So like it was a combination of like right place, right time, and like a lot of like hard grunt work, which not many if they're young magicians watching this that are like, I want to be a magic consultant. What they don't realize is like 80% of magic consultants is being a runner, like literally like going and like getting props, moving things, like making things happen. Then there's like 10% creative work where like you're working on the routine, you're writing, you're figuring out like what stuff will work. And then the other 10% is making the stuff happen, like helping run the live show or helping run the live performance to actually bring it to life. But so that's kind of like how that happened. And then, yeah, I worked on that show. I worked with Theory 11 and Dan for, I think it was like 4 years. And it was like the greatest time. We had so much fun, so much cool stuff we did. And yeah, I like to think that I helped them put on some really crazy appearances.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And like some of the stories, oh my God, like I could come on just telling stories about the craziest stuff you'd never believe that would happen in both live theater and on like shows like The Fallon Show or Good Morning America or things like that. Like a lot of like unreal things where we go there the day before to test tech, and tech that worked a week ago in the space now is not working. So we have to change the whole routine the day before.
Mm-hmm.
So you spent a whole 3 months working on a thing, and the day before you're like, now we have to change the entire scope, everything. And then you're up a full 24 hours making something brand new. Like it was chaotic. It was a lot of hard work. And also I was spoiled because I was like literally working with arguably the best magic team in the world, right? Like the people that would work on these things, like being around people like Dan White, Blake Foyt, Robert Smith, B. Smith, you're not watching this, but he's the man. Like Caleb Morelli, JB, all these great magic minds, like being in a think tank with these people and putting something out with them for the world to see. It's a really cool experience.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But to answer your question, which was how I became the magic consultant, it was a combination of me creating my own magic mixed with finding the right opportunity at the right time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that makes sense with what you were talking about earlier. If we were to condense this podcast so far into a few bullet points of advice for people, it's like, if you're not getting offered any opportunities, then make your opportunities by, hustling, reach out to as many people as possible. And then when you do get an opportunity, even if it's to do something really small, go as above and beyond as possible so that people want to keep working with you and you can lead to more,
Yeah. Like I really believe this. And like for anyone that watches my stuff, you might disagree, but this is like my adamant belief of me as a performer, as a magician, as a creative, as the whole everything. I'm not skilled at anything I do. I'm not like skill is like the natural inherent ability to do something, right? Like I'm saying it backwards because I'm tired. I'm not talented. Sorry. Talent's the one that you're naturally born with. Like you naturally are just, you have the ability to do something. Yeah. I'm tired to typically know my normal analogy. By the way, everyone watching this, I told them that I was like, I need to wrap at 10 because I'm an old man and it's 11:30. So my brain's mush now. But I'm not talented, but I will tell you what I am. And it is that I am relentless when it comes to working hard. So like whether I'm working on a slight, whether I'm writing for a show, whether I'm DMing people, whether I'm setting up for one of my good friends that's about to step on a stage, I'm going to outwork anybody in the room times 10, always.
Yeah.
And whether it's me running to get coffee, like an intern, or me stepping on a stage in front of 2,000 people to open for Marky Ramone, I'm going to outwork anybody to make it happen. And this will be the advice that I leave to anyone that's listening. Like, watch my stuff, think I have talent. Trust me, I don't. It's just me practicing for hours and hours and hours. And I promise all of you watching can get better than me and probably already are. So just like work hard. It gets you somewhat far sometimes.
That's awesome. That like, yeah, I mean, I think that you are definitely a naturally talented at a few things that you're not giving yourself credit for. But like
We saw the yo-yo.
It's a much better message to tell people to work hard and put in your 10,000 hours than to just be talented and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And like,
100%.
it's just I see it I see it all the time where it's like people have this really cool opportunity, and like the thing that makes them lose it is that they're just lazy. Like that they just didn't want to like do like the 4 meaningless parts of the job that made the 50 good parts work. I'm like, I will outwork people in the grunt work so that I can have my 2 minutes. Like I had a gig yesterday, which you were with me beforehand. When I was there, when I got there early, put all my stuff down. I was like, so I'm here early. I'm like, what do you guys need help setting up? They're like, really? I'm like, yeah, because like I'm here and you need help. So I like literally, I'm like, I take off my gig clothes and I'm like putting stuff up for all of them. And then I go do my show. And when I left, the designer and the woman that booked me was like, not only were you amazing, but like we really were understaffed in the beginning. And like, we will not forget what you did. And like, there was another performer there with me, not a magician, but doing their own thing. And I'm sweating away, helping them do this thing. And he's just sitting on his phone. And I know when this woman talked to me at the end, she was basically saying like, yeah, I saw the difference between you two. And I didn't think about this in the moment, but it's like, just give everything your all. That's it. That's my thing. Just put it all out there, everybody. Just always give 150%. Like your teacher used to tell you.
I like Tigger says that speech was very inspiring until the very end.
I'm trying to remember what the end was. I
was like, what was the end? I know you were like, just work, do the grunt, like be better than the work.
Just do the work.
Just do it. Yeah.
But I think that's a good
fire to the end.
I think that's a good thing to, especially to tell magician. I find there's, and I'm guilty of it sometimes. There's days where I don't want to do things like send emails or cold calls and stuff. And I'd rather be outside working or doing something else or just chilling. But I think I'm going to say a lot of young magicians, and it's probably since social media has come out, where it's like, well, I just need to do another YouTube video or an Instagram post to get to that level, right? And it's like, well, like you said, David Blaine didn't get to become David Blaine by just doing one Instagram video, right? And then when they do that one Instagram video and they're like, oh, it only got 20 hits and 20 likes and it got 3 bad comments, done. Stupid. It didn't get there instantly. And it's like, well, no, John sent out 500 DMs, to get one yes, so that's what it takes. You got to continually do it, and you're going to get denied over and over and over. And if you don't like denial, then magic is not a good career for you. So, but yeah, I like that. I think it's inspiring to just work hard and push it and keep grinding, because there's days where it's a grind.
It's a grind. But you said something that sparked one last little piece I can leave everybody with, which was like, you're like, oh, I just got to make this post and then like everything will go great. And then like it gets 20 likes and you're like, oh no, that was dumb. Ready for my example. I was telling Blaze about this yesterday. So I had this concept about like a year and a half ago now called Life Lessons with John, the Magician, where I would tell life lessons using magic tricks as like a way to like inspire and use magic to illustrate points to like, motivate people. And I posted this a year and a half ago. And the day after I posted it, I was on every magic meme page, like when John watches too much Gary Vee, and like my comments, I got destroyed in. And I deleted the video. Like, I mean, like it was harsh. I got a lot of like bad magic criticism.
Well, I left a few comments at least.
Probably. And so I was like, And I was like, but instead of saying that was dumb, I said, and I remember I'm like, the world's not ready yet. I was like, and I wrote it in my notes. I was like, get back to this. 1 year later, middle of the pandemic, I'm looking through my notebook and I'm like, it's time to bring back Life Lessons with John, the Magician. And sure enough, it was my most viral video to date, 22 million views, over 1 million likes. I was featured in like, what was it? It was featured in like Yahoo, and I got picked up by BuzzFeed, and
Vanessa Hudgens shared it. Right?
Vanessa Hutchins shared it. Thank you.
Right.
That's how you know I'm tired. That's my favorite fact of the story. Vanessa Hutchins shared it. It's my high school crush. But no lie, I remember when I was getting destroyed on the internet, being like, "Yeah, no, the world just doesn't get it yet. But this is a good idea, and I need to save it." So like on this crazy path that we're all on, and everyone watching this will be on, like, if you think you got a good idea, and like some people make you feel otherwise about it, like trust your instincts. It might not be the right time, but like don't let 12 likes and 2 mean comments change your perspective of what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great advice. Oh, what was that? Was that a mic drop right there? Was that a gold nugget? What?
Gold nugget, mic drop.
I love you, Blaze. Was that
took me a little bit to get to it?
Because you always perk up as you get your mouse or whatever the key is. I don't know what you're on. It might be a Stream Deck. But you're like, was that a boop boop?
Was that a oh my god, lasagna! What a great show we have!
Boom!
Oh, that's awesome. It's awesome.
We should drop the lasagna next.
That's great.
Drop the lasagna. Never actually drop it from the show though.
No, of course not. That's such a great question.
It is our number one staple. Has to be. So, John, if you are at Magic Live, you will be able to hopefully join us as we do a live lasagna eating contest.
Oh my! Wait, are you guys like a part of Magic Live this year?
Well, we're gonna be whether they like it or not.
Yeah, we are way too popular for Magic Live, but we will be doing a Magic
live
Dark
lasagna eating contest. I love it, and I hope that you guys create a lasagna.
Yes.
Out of 2 lasagnas.
No matter how many we stack, it's
there
still
will be
one. That's lasagna
one lasagna.
Only one lasagna.
Well, John, thanks so much for coming on. We usually like to do we want to do a giveaway? We haven't done a giveaway in a couple of weeks.
We haven't done a giveaway in a couple of weeks, so we should do the giveaway as the final.
And then we'll kick you off, John. How's that?
Nice. I love it.
We always ask one question that happened throughout the episode. And if you can answer, comment in the comment section and you will win a free download of your choice from Lost Art Magic. So any download of your choice, we just have to answer this question first. So what's the question?
I have 2 questions in mind.
Boom. Look at
So
that.
I would say, what was John's most cherished memory?
That's a good one.
Oh, did they have to answer correct, like fully correctly?
Yeah. And then if they don't, if we get nobody that gets that one, then I've got another one that people.
That one's pretty easy, but maybe if they don't word it correctly, okay.
I had a good one. I had a one too. Worst case.
Oh, you have one as well? Maybe we.
Yeah,
What was Ryan drinking? It was very specific.
Oh, I think I answered that before we came on live.
No, we were live, I think. I think I called you out live. Did I not? No? All right, fine.
I think that was before we went live.
Dang, I think that was a good one, too.
Oh, and we got an answer. Oh, no. But, good sir, incorrectamundo.
Incorrect.
Close, but no cigar.
I wish I could see the Discord chat. I'm jealous.
I was drinking water with Mio Sport.
Mio Sport.
He fixed it. So, Mark Chaotic Coins, he said the correct answer. He fixed it. He said at first his unmemory of his wedding, and then he fixed it to proposal.
Yo, go Chaotic Coins.
Of your proposal.
Boom.
So, Mark,
Congratulations, Chaotic Coins.
So any downloadable product from Lost Art Magic you can get for free. Just hit us up on Instagram at mentalism.ca, this way, at Blaze Sarah, or at Lost Art Magic, whatever you want, and we'll help you out. So thank you again
Yay!
on the show. Had some great advice.
I like Tigger says, I'm the best at giving the wrong answer.
Thank you,
Tigger, you won 1 week. You can't be that bad.
He did win.
How many people are in the chat with you guys right now?
Was there 80
right now?
870.
800 thousand. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No,
there's like
it's
800.
constantly fluctuating. It's constantly fluctuating. It's somewhere between 8 and 800,000. It's a spec. Yeah.
If you walk,
83.
if you walk through the pawn shop, you'll find out.
Oh, why you gotta leave me hanging like that? And
Because on that note, Baby John's got to go to sleep. No lie, guys. My eyes are closing.
You got to end the show how we started.
Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you again next week with another episode of Magic After Dark.